Hello everyone. I believe you can hear me. If you can, please make a reaction. Thank you. So welcome to this training on the Fanvil DECT and IPCC solutions. My name is Osama and I am a support and solution engineer here at Fanvil. So today we will be guiding you through the process of setting up and maintaining the DECT and Cordless multi-cell system. So let's dive in. We'll cover the following areas. We have an introduction to the cordless multi-cell systems, and we will discuss all about the duct systems. Part 1, the cordless multi-cell systems. I will do an introduction. We will see the single cell versus multi-cell systems, and we will see the deployment process, the upgrading, maintenance, troubleshooting, etc. So the Fanvil cordless multi-cell system is designed for both single-cell and multi-cell deployment. It provides seamless roaming capabilities and supports up to 300 handsets across multiple bases. The system is compatible with W710 Edge Manager and W610 handsets. Roaming communication solutions allow users to move freely without losing connections. And we have support for these standards 802.11ah, a wireless communication standard ensuring stable and long-range coverage. That's it. So let's go further into each system type. So we have the single cell system. In single cell system, you have one W710 Edge manager and up to 30 W610 Edge handsets. The W710H acts as a central management unit and the communication node here. This is the manager and we have the handsets. This setup works well for smaller environments with limited coverage requirement. We have the multi-cell system. So in a multi-cell system, W710H manager is used alongside with 1 to 20 bases. So we have a manager and we have up to 20 bases. And we have, of course, the headsets. Now, it can support up to 300 handsets and 200 simultaneous calls. The manager and the bases are wired for communications. Now, this system is ideal for large-scale environments requiring extended coverage. Now for the deployment. Before deployment, a careful planning is crucial. So we need first to prepare the environment, so confirm the wireless coverage area and the environment factors. And we need to plan the number of bases and handsets, estimate the required number of bases based on the coverage area and expected number of handsets that will be used in this environment. After that, we'll choose the basement placement. So we need strategic placement of bases so to ensure optimal coverage. Let's dive into the steps. First step is the preparation. We need to confirm deployment area and ensure adequate coverage for all required areas. We need to check if there is any interference. We need to be mindful of environment factors like walls and metal that could interfere with signal strength. A good preparation will ensure a smooth deployment process. So the recommended distance between bases is no less than 20 meters. So each base supports up to 30 handsets and 16 simultaneous calls. In addition, once we increase the number of bases, the number of simultaneous calls will be increased, of course. So the whole system supports up to 300 handsets and 200 simultaneous calls. Also, the different countries have different frequency regulations, so make sure to set the correct region for proper operation on your multi-cell system. Applying the base positions, the minimum distance should be less than 50 meters. So you need to place the bases between 1.8 to 3 meters above the ground and at least 0.5 meters away from the ceiling, and avoid placing them near large metal objects or thick concrete walls to minimize interference. Oh, now let's check the selecting the measuring points. So we have label bases numbered on each base for easy reference, and you need to mark measuring points, record and number key measurement locations. These steps ensures precise measurement during setup. What we will need for the measurement and the adjustments, the toolkit should have a 3-pod, 2W610H handsets. We need also a USB converter cable and a power bank. So here is the preparation before measurement. So you need to ensure that the power bank is fully charged, so the base must not lose the power during the test. Then after that, you just need to power the base and using the USB adapter cable connected to the power bank and connect the same local area network as the PC. After that, you need to access the W710 base web page and go to the network connection settings and set the country region to the corresponding country region. Default is Europe or America. This is based on the version that you have of your base. Then you need to reboot device as prompted on the unit. After that, go to the W710 handset maintenance and click add to add the handset. You need to enter the MAC on the MAC of the two measurement handsets, the W610 handsets, and assign extension numbers from the base. After that, start both the W610 devices and select the language and the country region. The handset will auto-connect to the base and obtain the extension number and other configurations from the base. After that, once connected, just need to enter or tap these codes, dial them to enable and exit signal measurement mode. You will see that there is an RSSI value and you will see the base as manager here, the name of the base. So here are the values, the RSI values. You have the good, normal, poor, and unavailable. Once the RSI value reaches this, it becomes unavailable. So you need to adjust the base based on the measurement results. Let's see the measurement and optimization and installation of the base. So here we have the IP scanning tool that can be used to scan the IP addresses of your bases. So here the IP scanning, I think the majority of you is familiar with this tool, which is used to scan the devices, the Fanvil devices, and also configure their IP methods. Here the option to select the country and region. So you have under network connection settings, you have the country region. Here's the deployment of the system. So you need to add the SIP server under the base and under web page SIP account and SIP server. Once entered these settings, you need to edit or add a SIP server under these settings. Once the SIP account's added, you can just assign it to the handsets, or just you can import all the SIP accounts into the base. So you have here option to add also the devices, and you have also option to batch import. Here you have imports. So for the SSID, we have the unit supports a default SSID, which has SSID name, Fanvil SSID device, and has this default password. And you can also access the network settings under the web page network connection settings. For the upgrade, in order to upgrade the base, you need to access to the web page system upgrade. And you can just upload the firmware under the web page or use the auto provision upgrade. For the handset upgrade, you can manually upgrade the handset using the base web page. You can also upgrade the handsets online through the base. You can use the USB upgrade or upgrade via UDisk. So something to note here is that the bin file used for the UDisk is different from the one used for the USB upgrade. So these are different methods and uses different .bin files. To upgrade, you can just access to the base web page maintenance, and then maintenance again, and you can select the handset that should be upgraded and press upgrade. For the online upgrade, you can just create a version information, which means the config file, text file, and place it on your HTTP server, and the naming format and the version information is vendor, model, hardware version. You have .text as extension. The TXT files names of the W610H is the following: Fanvil W610H hardware version 1.0.text. Once configured, you need to place the software version on the HTTP server. You can just copy the URL path and paste it to the text config file. As mentioned here, we have the txt config file that includes the firmware URL, and the name of this file should be Fanvil W610H, and the hardware version is 1.0. So for the online upgrade, you can just access the base web page system and upgrade, online upgrade, then enable auto upgrade. You need to configure the upgrade server address to your HTTP server, which has been configured before, and configure the update interval. Depends on how many times should the base or should the handset check for firmware upgrades. So when the manager detects a new software version of the handsets in the TXT file on the HTTP server, it will download the software version and push it to the handset. There are two detection methods. It depends on the interval that is configured on your settings, or you can just access the base web page system upgrade, and once refreshing this page, it will immediately detect the new version. Here, the upgrade via UDisk. So the UDisk format needs to be FAT8032. So you need to format your disk, your USB disk, to this format. So the UDisk needs a Type-C interface, or you can use a USB Type-C converter. After that, you need to get these files from our support. You can contact our support team to get these files if you need to upgrade via UDisk. After getting these files, you need to save these files in the root directory of your UDisk. And you need to press and hold the red hang up key or the power key on the handset and the power uh, when the unit is to power off the unit. You need to insert then the UDisk into the device through the Type-C port and hold down the power key and the star key at the same time, and release the keys until the picture of the upgrade is displayed on the phone interface. So at this time, the handset will automatically upgrade the software version of the UDisk, and the handset will start after the upgrade is completed in 1 minute. So here's a picture of the UDisk upgrade. So here's the UDisk. Once upgraded, you see the progress of the upgrade here. So for the USB upgrade, you need to you need to have the tool for the upgrade and install it on your PC, and then access the tool and see the USB, and then double click on to open the software. The handsets then enters the upgrade mode. To enter the upgrade mode, you need just to power off the device and disconnect the charger and press and hold the power button and the volume button. The device will automatically then enters the USB upgrade mode. So here is the USB upgrade mode. Once you press the volume down button and the power button, the unit will access to the USB upgrade mode. Then it will be detected by the USB factory tool, and then you can just use the .bin file that is supplied with the tool, and you can start the upgrade by pressing the start button. So here for the troubleshooting, you can obtain the capture and logs of the base. You can just access the system tools and see the up log level, and you can just enable logs. The up log level should be debugged to get more information, and this will depend on your use case or your issue. So once the issue is reproduced, you can just export logs and get the logs and share them with us to check them for the issue. So to get the logs from the handsets, you can to enter the maintenance and enable the log in debug level, then enable log and confirm. So then you can just press start and reproduce the issue and get the logs. So for the troubleshooting, you can also use the UDisk, or use the Type-C adapter to insert the USB Type A UDisk. So to insert it in the port as shown on this figure, on this picture. So after that, just access the handset's menu, application UDisk log, export, and press OK. So once you confirm the export, the logs will be logged in the disk. After that, you can just remove the UDisk and connect it to your computer and get the logs and share them with us if you need more troubleshooting analysis. Now let's pass to the DECT system. So for the DECT system, I think majority of you is familiar with this DECT system, and here is shown the information of a W710D manager, where you can get its RFPI under the information system information, and for the handsets you can get its IP UI, which is needed for the connection between the base and the handsets. For the authorization, you will need this IPUI for it in order to connect it to the base. So you can get it under status information of the unit. So for the administrator operation, you will need, and for the configuration, you will need the IP scanning tool. So to get the DECT IP, and you need to set the country region based on your region. Then set the pin code, which is defaulted to 1234. And you need, after that, to add SIP accounts to your device. And then after that, you can just add the device to your base. So for the handset, you can just power it on by the hang up button. You need also to set on the handset, you need also to set the country and region. And you need to select the corresponding base after being added on the base. And after the connection, the terminal automatically obtains the information and the configuration, SIP accounts, and internal extension number, and can perform calls and other operations. So, thank you for your attention. And if you have any questions, please feel free.